Hey guys, it's Rachel from Hope Corner Farm. By day, I'm a home ec teacher who teaches hundreds of students how to crochet, quilt, sew, and cook. And today I've got a great little scrap yarn project for you. Today we're going to learn how to make this mini crochet bow. It works up really quickly and it's a great use for all those little pieces of yarn that you have left over at the end of other projects. You're going to need an e-crochet hook, a yarn needle, some scissors, and your favorite scrap yarn. So gather those things and we'll get crocheting. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the bell so you get notifications of when I post new videos, and don't forget to give me a like or a comment. Let me know what I did well or things that I could improve upon. To begin our mini crochet bow, the first thing we need to do is place our yarn onto our hook with a slip knot. I like to leave a little bit longer of a tail here because we're going to use that to wind around the middle and create the cinched part of the bow. Now we need to begin by chaining 10. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. After chaining 10, now we're going to place a half double crochet in the third chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3. So we're going into this chain right here. So we're going to yarn over. We're going to go into this chain. I pick up 2 loops from that chain on top, and I'm going to put 1 on the bottom. Yarn over, pull through the space. Now I've got 3 loops on my hook. Yarn over, pull through all 3. Then I'm going to continue and I'm going to place a half double crochet in the remaining chains across this bow. So I will end up with 8 half double crochets across the bow here. And then here's my last half double crochet. So that's what it looks like now. For the next row, we need to chain 2, and then we're going to turn. And then we're going to place a half double crochet in this first stitch, and then we'll place 1 half double crochet in each stitch across. Then our very last half double crochet is going to go into that into the chain 3 space that we had from the beginning. So remember, we skipped 3 chains, so this is that space right there. So we're just going to place that half double crochet into that space, and that completes that row. We're going to chain 2 again. We're going to turn, and then we'll place a half double crochet in each stitch across. So we'll have a total of 8 half double crochets for this row. Then we're going to go right here into that turning chain. And that completes that row. For this last row, we're going to chain 2 and turn again, and then we'll place 1 half double crochet in each stitch across, so we'll have a total of 8 half double crochets here. And the last half double crochet goes into that chain 2 turning space. So there we have the body of our bow. Again, really quick and easy. Now we need to single crochet around the edge of it to give it a nicer, more finished look. What I'm going to do first off is I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to turn. Then I'm going to place a single crochet in the first stitch, and then I'm also going to put another one. So I'm in essence putting 2 single crochets in that very first stitch. Then I'm going to place 1 single crochet across in each stitch until I get to the last one. Then in this last one, I'm going to place 2 single crochets. So I'm putting 2 single crochets in our corners. Now I'm going to crochet down this side here. So what I kind of do is just find some spaces. So there's 1, 2, 3, we'll go, I guess, 4 right here. So you just kind of find a spot, and then 5. Then what we're going to do here is we're going to come up and into this space. So right here, I'm first off going to push the tail to the back side, bring my yarn up over top of it. Now I'm going to put 2 single crochets here in this very first one here. Then I'm going to do 1 single crochet across in each of the stitches. So we're just edging our bow to give it a nicer, more finished look than it would if we did not do this. So that's why we're placing a single crochet in all the stitches around. Okay, in this very last stitch right here, I'm going to put 2 crochet stitches, or single crochets. Now I'm going to work down the side. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now I'm going to slip stitch to this very first single crochet. Then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab my scissors and I'm going to cut, leaving a little bit longer of a tail. Then I'm going to slip stitch into here, slip stitch, and I'm going to fasten off. Now I'm going to put my yarn needle onto my yarn tails. And then what I'm going to do here is I actually come to this stitch right here, and I'm going to go down onto the back side here. I'm going to kind of gently pull that tight. So you shouldn't see that very much once we're done. So this is what it looks like here on the front. So now we're to the back here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to work my yarn tail first off over to the side. Then I'm going to work down the side with my yarn tail to about the midpoint right here. Okay, so this is where we're at now. Now I'm going to work to about the midpoint this way. So I'm going to go through this row right here and just kind of work my yarn until it looks like it's about halfway across. And then I'll pull that out and take my yarn needle off. So there's the one tail. Now it's coming out the back side. Now I'm going to do the same thing with this yarn tail. So I'm going to put my yarn needle on. I'm going to come down until I'm about at midpoint. I'm going to pop up right here. And then I'm going to work this way. So I'm going to go like this and just kind of work my way across here to this spot right here. Pull that out, take my needle off. So now you can see I've got both of my yarn tails coming out the back side about the midpoint. Now we're ready to make our bow. So we're going to flip it over. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fold it in on the middle. So I'm taking it, I'm just going down basically in. Then I'm going to fold one end down and the other end down. So again, I've got my rectangle here. I fold the midpoint in and down, and then I fold the edges over. Okay, so now we're going to hold it like this. And then I'm going to take one of my yarn tails and I'm just going to wrap it around a couple of times here. Now I'm going to take this other one and it's going to wrap the opposite direction here. Had to look at that and see how it goes. Wrap a couple of times. I'm going to wrap a few more times with this one. So you can see what that looks like in the middle here. We're kind of using it to create that cinched spot in the middle. Now we're going to come to the back side and we're going to tie a double knot. So we're going to go 1 and then 2. Maybe like that. Okay. So then at this point you can decide, do you want to weave in your ends? So on this bow here, I weaved in my ends, so I just have a simple bow. Or if you're going to attach this to some sort of other project, you could leave these tails and then use these tails to attach your bow to whatever project. And you might want to fiddle around with it to get it to the shape that you want it to look like here. And there's my crochet mini bow, and that's all there is to it. I hope you guys found this tutorial helpful. Make sure you guys give me some feedback. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell so you get notifications of when I post new videos. And I hope you guys have a blessed day.